All right, so today's video is going to be responding to trying to go out and hang out / party with healthy foods, or if you're on a diet. So this one's hard. It can be hard. So there's I have a few points here. Now this totally depends on your goal. And these are the attempts that I have done. Some work better than others. You'll have to find out for yourself what works best for you guys. So, sorry, the lighting is... it's going to be a little darker. I'm going to try to decrease it a little better. Okay, so one thing you can do to make it a little easier when you want to go to a party and eat healthy is just don't go. And I say that in all honesty. It changes like per day. If I've had a weak day where I'm like literally weak on my discipline, I just won't go. And now this is not the best advice because this is not always applicable. So if it's a party with friends and something you could just go to, maybe like before they serve the food and stuff, that's cool, do that and then leave. But I have straight up just not gone to family events even. Not like important ones, but like Christmas and things. Like I've not gone to like little hangouts in order to not mess up my diet and my momentum more than anything. So that's one thing you can do is just don't go. That's the first one there. I'm just saying that because sometimes it's like taking an alcoholic to a bar to hang out with buddies and like, just don't drink, dude. You got this. And he's been an alcoholic, quote unquote, like obese or had a bad eating habit for 20 years. Right? And he's just now trying again to get over it. It's going to be hard. So sometimes you just don't go. Don't put yourself in those situations. But if it's Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthday or something, there's always birthdays. So pick and choose those battles. First thing I would do is make sure I never leave hungry. So I've eaten most preferably a big protein meal prior to going to the hangout. So I'm like full, like maybe even 2 meal preps beforehand, and then go to the party. I'm like, don't want to eat, and that's one way to do it. Another way is to drink plenty of water before and while you're there. So when you're there, you just have ice to chew on. Ice is like a really good tactic because you can just chew on it. And if you have it in like a shaker bottle, just carry it around, drink water, refill it, and you'll find that you're not so hungry for the sweets when you're chewing on ice and drinking water. Especially if like you're dancing and stuff or walking around a lot, chatting, you're expending energy, you're going to want to drink a lot of water. If you're going to eat something, sometimes I'll bring meal prep with me and just eat it on the side there, eat it on the table. If that sounds too antisocial and you're not ready for that kind of stuff, I would do portion control. So find the one, allow yourself like, you know what, I'm going to allow myself this one sweet, yummy goodie or two, whatever. And then just portion control it, right? And be like, I'm only going for one serving. Because for most of the time, once you've taken a bite, it's not like it tastes any different afterwards. You're like, you've taken a bite of it, the crust, let's say it's a pie, the crust, the topping, the filling, all of it in that bite. It's not going to taste any different at that point. It's just all the same. So I think keep that in mind. Like, I think too often this is where like we become like a pig or gluttonous because we just keep on eating and we're like, I don't know, on this euphoric mental like, oh, it tastes better and better with every bite. It doesn't taste any different. So, allow yourself that. Save up the calories for that. For the day. You can do intermittent fasting before feasting, but then you might go a little crazy, so just keep that in mind. And then once again, finally at the very end of those tips, the last one would be just like, how big is your why? Like, how strong is your goal? If your goal is so strong and it's so important to you, you would go there and you would make it work. You would eat the healthier options, drink water before, protein, bring food with you, that's healthier snacks. You would do those choices. If it wasn't so important to you and you're like, this is just like a thing that's will probably come and go, and you don't take that as serious approach, then you won't succeed. You'll succumb to the goodies, and a lot of them, because if that's your set point, your homeostasis, your natural go-to point, then you will, I guess, just sadly go back to that set point, unless you've done enough identity shifting, mental shifting to change and not get there anymore. So those are my points. So one more time, just really recap. So you can just don't go, number one. Number two, if you're too hungry, make sure to not leave with a hungry, empty stomach, just like with shopping, and typically eat protein. With that, if you just get too hungry too late at night, just leave. Once you've had some hangout times, or if you've caught them before the goodies. But usually it's like, if you just are getting hungry, just be like, all right, like I've done that too. To keep to my goal, I'm gonna put myself to bed, or distract myself super well by like dancing all night, something like that. Which is still part of the party, so you can still be alive, still be there. You're just not always socializing focused around the food, right? Because as a society, we do socialize around the food. Drink a lot of water. You have the protein. You can bring meal prep to it, healthy snacks, the food that you want to eat, the food that you're like, I can eat a lot of this and be okay. You can prepare for it, macro-wise, intermittent fasting, prep for it beforehand, so you have the calories for that. And then, of course, if you can eat some of that, portion control. Like, I allow myself 2 slices and I'm good. 1 of pizza, 1 of pie, we're good, we're out. I hope that helps. I know this is a quick one, but those are just quick pointers that I thought could bring value, as summer's about to come around the corner and it's about to get lit for everyone's life, for the most part, but mine. So for you guys, just keep that in mind. Barbecues, that's great. A lot of chicken breasts. Eat a lot of those, and the greens. Don't worry about the dessert as much. After one bite, it doesn't taste much different. If you have a significant other, take a bite of theirs if they're not on a diet with you, and then call it good. Like, sweet, it tastes yummy, as always. You'll still be there once you've reached your goal, I promise. Then you can have more of it then, or a good amount, and not have to stress as much. Anyways, I'm Babylon. We'll see ya.